Ross Bjork is trying to get back the 2010 wins that were vacated due to Tattoo Gate. And I think that's a really good idea. It also is probably going to bring up some hard feelings for Ohio State fans. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think Ohio State should get back its wins for the 2010 season that were vacated due to Tattoo Gate? A lot has changed since 2010, right? That's the argument. The argument is the things that they were found guilty of doing pale in comparison to what we are doing today, paying players millions of dollars, having name, image, and likeness endorsement deals that are as flimsy as Charmin Extra Soft. Revenue sharing, my God, think about that. We'd have talked about paying players out of the television money that universities and conferences get in 2010, you would have been run out on a rail. We still did this thing called the Bowl Championship Series. And more than that, that series of decisions has had some far-reaching consequences for Ohio State. For top of the list is you lose the 12-1 season and the All-State Sugar Bowl that you won. Terrell Pryor, no longer with the program. Jim Trestle, no longer with the program. Busted it down, went on probation, and then lost the 2012 season. Basically, you lost the 2012 postseason, certainly. But basically the national championship. I still believe that 12-0 Ohio State team was the best team in 2012. I get that a lot of people believe that Notre Dame would have been there anyway, or that it was always going to be Alabama at some point or another. But I genuinely believe that team was absolutely flying with Braxton Miller and them, and Urban Meyer showed you what you could do if you just recruited to the Buckeyes. Ross Bjork has also been really on top of things as the athletic director at Ohio State, really hit the ground running. It helps to win a national championship when you basically just arrive there. And to say, hey, if we got the money, let's go get the players. And let's make sure that the guys that we would like to stay for another year rather than go to the NFL do that. So they accomplished both feats. Getting Caleb Downs was tremendous to help them. Jeremiah Smith signing his national letter of intent and enrolling was tremendous, and perhaps the most important signing that we have seen from Ohio State in a very long time. We are thinking about what kind of legacy those guys could leave and what the benefits of them being Buckeyes are going to be to the Ohio State University coming. And I think part of this is the conversation we're having now. So you at least have to ask the question, especially when the Heisman Trust is going to give Reggie Bush back his Heisman that he gave to them. Now, Reggie gave back the Heisman, and he didn't need to give back the Heisman. I mean, I would have made them come get it from my cold, dead Kung Fu grip, because we all watched the 2005 season. There's tape. We can watch it today. We know that USC and Reggie Bush were a force. Even today, to say Reggie Bush's name is to talk about a verb, dog. Like you got Moss, you got Reggie Bush. You know what I'm saying? We don't see that kind of player that often. And even then, it was a little bit of money, maybe. It was a sizable house, maybe, allegedly. But the tattoos, man, the gold pants, I ridiculous. And then E. Gordon G saying that Jim Trestle was going to pay that $250,000 fine. How he looked knowing that the lieutenant governor of Ohio is Jim Trestle. And the one thing that you could always say about Jim Trestle, you could even say today, that man is going to do his job with the utmost integrity. Even back at Youngstown State, the way in which he carried himself, the way in which he expected his football team to carry himself, that also contributed to some conservative play calling on the field. And I wasn't always thrilled to watch, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but it got it done for them. See 2002. To say nothing of Heisman winner in 2006, right? Troy Smith. And Jim Trestle, not for nothing, had not one, but 2 black quarterbacks back when people were still not necessarily enthusiastic about saying so. We have plenty of black quarterbacks in 2006. I am saying that people weren't enthusiastic about saying it in a way that say Jim Trestle be like, hey, look, he's black and he can play. What else are we talking about here? Going to bat for guys like Maurice Clarett. Terrell Pryor, my God. A dude that ended up having to play wide receiver in the NFL and was a monster. Like, go watch the tape. I know the stats ain't there, but if you look at Terrell Pryor, And then you blink, you see David Boston out there, dog, another Buckeye that was before we had just, fifth generation fighters out on the numbers at Ohio State at wide receiver. David Boston was a man child. You did not want no smoke with that dude. I always thought that they should be throwing the football more to guys like, I don't know, Chris Carter back in the day, and they threw it to him a bunch, right? They had a Biletnikoff Award winner in 95, but Terry Glenn is not Jeremiah Smith, is not David Boston. I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to leave it right there. We don't have to fight about it. But I do think this is a really good idea, and I'm glad that Bjork is pressing the button and going, hey, so about this little thing where we basically got name, image, and likeness going on for our players, then you can't take back how they were treated. You can't take back what we would believe was real at the time. But you can try to make it right by going, hey, that's 12 more wins that you give to the Ohio State University and probably get them closer and closer to closing in on Michigan, who's got the all-time wins. And they haven't had any of their wins vacated for the 2023 season, 24 season, 21 season, 22 season, even as the NCAA found what they did to be, not okay. They're going to get fined millions of dollars, and that might set them back, but it's not going to take away wins that they got. I also think it's important to recognize that they did break the rules as the rules were written in. That the rules have changed since then doesn't mean that you didn't break them. If that's the argument that people want to use, I want you to use it with everybody else. That's all I'm saying. So when we see things like Reggie Bush getting his stuff back, and we get to see, hey, what was once important is no longer important as the world has changed and culture's changed, social mores have changed. Like, for instance, it used to be you can't smoke weed. Now, everybody smoke weed. Everybody smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. But, like, it's lawful. You can do that. Couldn't do that in 2010. You were getting, it was like 2019. We had Oklahoma players having to sit out because they had a positive drug test from marijuana. Marijuana, the Mary Jane, the reefer, the pot, as the white folks call it. I ain't never heard a black man, or a black person, I should say, refer to weed as pot, but I ain't never heard of a white person refer to weed as weed either. So that might be cultural. That might be one of them two Americas things. Like, I play dominoes and I play dominoes and I play spades. Some of y'all be playing bridge. What's that other one that y'all like to play a lot? I'm not going to venture. You get me on the dominoes, get me on spades, get me on tonk. I will take your money. Just give me, don't you set me up with no. See, what be happening is I go to the cookout and everybody know if I sit down at a domino table, people get up. But you sit me at a spades table, they going to put me with the new dude. Somebody brought their mans and he ain't got no partner. And now I got to be his partner because I'm the dude showing up without a lady. And it's like, damn, for real? Because the ladies, they usually be playing spades, but I be filling in. The bros, we be playing dominoes, but don't nobody like me to lead with my $200. Dollar point. What's up? Count the board. I will send your ass to that boneyard. I think Bjork's onto something. I think you should go get those wins back and see what happens.